Hey everyone, super excited to be here with you. It's Tuesday evening, 5 p.m. and we are back with our FB Live. And today I'm going to talk about a topic which is how to organize your life, right? How to get more organized. And I think the reason this topic was chosen for this week is because a lot of times people ask me, Nidhika, you run 4 businesses. You're part of, you're the chairperson of 3 large WhatsApp groups of women organizations, a chairperson of and founder of a men's organization, and at the same time you're involved in many networking groups, including Rotary. How do you manage your time? How do you make it happen for yourself? How do you organize yourself that you can find the time for everything? So, I thought it would be nice if I did a little FB Live sharing with everyone, how do I organize my day and how do I organize my time? So let's dive straight into it, and thank you for everyone who's logged in, and thank you Aniket, you're always there, the first person to log in, always there as my support. Thank you so much. Hi Aman, good to see you. I'm seeing you here for the first time, but it's lovely to have you here with us. And to all the lovely people who logged in to watch this video right now and all the others who will watch it later, thank you so much for being here. And let's now get into the tips of how to get more organized. So the first thing that we do, to get organized, what I do personally is have a master calendar. And I think I like to see things visually in one shot of what is my month looking, right? So I have a master calendar that I work with. And because we're in a world of technological advancement, I use Google Calendars to do that. Now, the good thing about Google Calendars is in one shot, you can see what your month is looking like. You can even color code and see what your day is looking like, which are your personal appointments, which are your professional appointments, which appointment is for which business, and so on and so forth. So that is one good thing that happens, with Google Calendars. The other interesting thing that it does is that you can access it on your phone. So anytime there's any change of plan or an appointment is getting shifted, you can make the adjustments on your phone itself. So your calendar is always with you on the go. If anybody's wanting an appointment, all you have to do is quickly get into your calendar and see which is your date and time which is available. Okay, so I do that. So that's a master calendar. Now within the calendar, for every business there are appointments which are sorted out. So I have for example, I have 4 businesses. So every day I would do one appointment for each business. So I have 4 key appointments, and that's what I would schedule in first. So if today is my coaching day, I would schedule in a coaching appointment first, or if I'm doing a workshop, then I would schedule that in. So all my big chunks, the major ones, I would put them in first, and then I would do a to-do list or a detailed list of what are the other tasks that I need to do. And then not just keep it at a to-do level, not just have this master overwhelming list that when you look at, you're like so scared, you don't even want to open it, you don't even want to look at it. So what I do is I break that up also based on what it's for. So for example, it could be business wise, then there is one to-do list for home, tasks that need to get done for the house, and one to-do list which is personal, which is things that need to get done for me as a person. So I do that. So I have a weekly to-do list, and then what I do is at the start of the week, so every Sunday I sit down, I plan my entire week up till Saturday, and I put these items on the to-do list, these tasks that need to be done based on how important and how urgent they are. So I prioritize them and I place them into my calendar as small tasks that I'm going to get done on each day. So something that's very important will get done on Monday, something which is not so important will get done on a Saturday. And of course, depending on some tasks may involve other people, so of course based on their availability, I would actually choose which day I would like to do that. So that is another thing. So but the thing is that your calendar and your to-do list will not work if you're working on a big project. So for example, when I was writing my book, The Queen of the Comeback, one of the biggest things I needed to do was to schedule how the book is actually going to flow in all the time from the release date. So, typically how I would write a book is I would have a release date in mind, and, and I work backwards using a PERT chart. So I don't know if you know what a PERT chart is, you can Google it, but I would use a PERT chart. It's like a project management tool, work backwards and see, okay, if my book needs to be released on a certain date, on what day do I need to have it in hand? Therefore, on what day, it needs to be be delivered to me by the printer, therefore on what day the manuscript needs to reach the printer, therefore on what day the layout needs to be complete, therefore on what day. So you're working backwards all the time, and you know exactly how much time you have to actually write the book, and then you schedule that in your daily schedule, and you know that's how you could get a book written. So depending on whatever project you're working on, if it's a large project, involves a couple of months, you want to do project management, and I usually use a PERT chart because it works beautifully. It's something I can pin up on my study table board, and I can look at it every day, and I know exactly what I'm doing. And it also allows you to parallel process, because there'll be certain processes you can run in parallel, so you can parallel process many activities. For example, when the book layout is happening and the editing happening, it's happening around the same time. Maybe two different people are involved in that, but it can be a parallel process. So a PERT chart beautifully allows you to look at it that way, and you can schedule you know, the items on the chart again back into your calendar, and that's how you manage everything. And you know that, you know, you'll be able to meet your deadline, so you put a deadline to every single thing. The other thing that I do is, and I really believe very strongly in, is having your routines set for the day as well as for the week. So you know, there are things you want to do on a regular basis. Your morning course, for example, like I start my day with priming. So usually my morning cup of tea is, you know, listening to a good video. When I'm enjoying my first, you know, tea, I spend about 20 minutes and I listen to a good audio or a video at that time. Then I go to the gym, I work out with my trainer, and then, you know, I come back, I do my protein shake, my you know, my get ready for the day, and so on and so forth. So I have a set schedule. I do my gratitude journal before I leave the home and prime myself with good thoughts. So typically having a routine really helps, because what it does is it gives a structure to your day. So there is a morning routine I have, there's an evening routine I have, and there is a weekly routine, things which I need to do on a weekly basis. So you know, I know what I'm doing on a Thursday morning, I know what I'm doing on a Thursday evening. You know, there are set routines. Now what it allows me to do is there's no time you know, going waste and thinking about things. So I know that the morning 2 hours is for my workout, it's for my breakfast, it's for me getting ready and primed up. So every day I'm not thinking, what am I going to do today morning? So it doesn't waste any time. The other thing is, even you know, even my clothes, there are pretty much 4 or 5 dresses which I'm in my head sort of kind of clear which one I'm wearing on Monday, which one I'm wearing on Tuesday, which one I'm wearing on Wednesday. Because there's a beautiful study that was done which said that, you know, the number of decisions you make in a day actually slows your productivity down. So at best, a person, for you to remain 100% productive, not more than 3 decisions need to be made on a daily basis. So if every day you're going to waste your time deciding what you're going to wear, or what you're going to eat, or you know, what you're going to do first thing in the morning, your 3 decisions are gone in first 2 hours, then you are basically non-productive for the rest of your day. So it's very important to have a structure to your day, even to the point that I actually have a calendar for what I'm going to eat on what day. So pretty much, in fact, people who know me very closely know exactly what I'm going to be eating in the morning. They know exactly what Nidhika will have for lunch, they know exactly what I'm eating in my evening snack, and they know exactly what I'm going to have for dinner. So it's pretty much structured, which also allows me to have a standard grocery list which I can give to my maid who actually does the shopping for me. And anytime and every time, we have a to-do list on our fridge as well. Anytime anything gets over, she makes a note there, and she knows she needs to go and do you know, what she needs to shop for on a daily basis and what she needs to shop on a weekly basis. So the house is always full, there's nothing missing. You know, it's not like you open the fridge and like, oh my god, I don't have the bread, or oh my god, there's no eggs, you know. So everything is very, very structured around that. The other thing that I do is I follow a 15-minute time planner. Again, I believe if you plan your day in 15-minute slots, it's really, really good. So you can do it in Google Calendar, or if you are a person who likes to write things down, you can go to my website and there is a section called free resources. There you can actually download a 15-minute Wonder Time Planner for free. And you'll be able to plan your day in 15-minute slots. So it's very, very important that you have your activities planned so you're not wasting any time. In fact, to the detail, I actually have an auto process on how my emails are going to get processed. So very simply, you know, it's a very simple macro you can write on Gmail. And what it does is, anytime the mail comes and you know that certain folders are, you know, for certain kind of mails, the mail automatically goes and sits in that folder. So I know that if I want to look at a mail from a client, or I need to look at a mail from my website, you know, which has come as a notification from my website, which folder I need to go to. So I can straight away go there and I don't have to sift through the other emails and waste my time, and I go straight to the point and handle those. I also know which are my business promotion mails, so they go into that folder, because you already know who are the people who are sending you these data, or who are sending you this mail, so you can, you know, kind of target them into that folder, and when you have the extra time you can look at that folder. So organizing mails, organizing social media time on my calendar. I don't know, again, you know, if you were to follow, like for example, you know, Tuesday FB lives happen at 5 p.m, so that's already structured in, scheduled in my calendar. But apart from that, even the time, number of times I'm going to check my phone, there are 15-minute slots placed 4 times in a day. So it's like I spend 1 hour on social media, 15 minutes in the morning, 15 in the afternoon, 15 in the evening, and 15 at night. And I time myself, because, you know, once you are logged into social media, it's amazing how much time can just pass by without you even realizing it. So if you want to remain productive, you got to time yourself. You go in, check out what you can check out on 15 minutes. I have few friends which I follow regularly. I go to their post first, put in my comments, come out. I don't even bother to see what else is available, unless and until, of course, it's an education slot or it's an FB live, which goes into my morning routine, and that's the time when I look at those videos. The other thing which is very important is throughout the day you'll have a lot of ideas that will flow to you. So what I typically do is on my phone, again, I would, you know, you have the notepad, so I actually keep jotting down the ideas. In fact, I use this notepad a lot when I was writing my books. So anytime I would hear a nice quote, or I would hear somebody saying something, or, you know, when some people are talking and I think that, you know, they have a question in mind, I would note it down, hoping to answer it through my book. And that's why a lot of people who read The Queen of the Comeback say that it's a very, very practical book, and when you read it, it feels like the author is speaking to us, because all these ideas were collected over a period of time. It was not like I sat down for 3 days and I finished writing the book, or I sat down and, you know, specifically, so there was a lot of groundwork that went behind the book for a really, really long time before the book was actually done. The other thing is cleaning your home. Now, if you look at my background, I mean, that's my drawing room I'm sitting in, and it looks wonderful, right? Because it's clean, it's decluttered, there is no clutter. And one of the easiest tricks, and if you want to get a lot of tips on how to declutter your home, you got to go back and watch my video on the same page. A couple of weeks ago, I did a video on how to declutter your home. So there are about 10 tips there. But just very quickly, you know, in a nutshell, as long as the surfaces are clean, you will feel that the house is decluttered. And I use a lot of white color in my house, because to me, white is a color which kind of merges in with the background. You can dress it up the way you like with paintings or with artifacts, and more the white, it's more calming, it's more peaceful, it looks less cluttered. So I use a lot of white in my house. That's another thing I do. The other thing is, you know, putting things away from where you took out. A lot of us have a tendency, we take out, let's say, you know, somebody's blow drying their hair, they take out the dryer, but then they leave it on the sink of the bathroom, and they will not put it inside. So, you know, it creates clutter again. So it's very important where you, first of all, you need to have designated areas for things. So, you know, like I have a bookshelf which is for my books for reading. Then I have one where I keep my notes from various workshops that I do, which I'm taking. And I know that if a file has come out of a particular, cupboard, it needs to go back there the moment I'm done with it. So it's not lying around and, you know, just on the table for me to look at, and then 6 months later I realize what is this file all about and look into that. So that's wherever anything is coming out, put it back right there. That's another way to, make sure that and there is no clutter. And I think another important thing that I would like to share is about finances. Now, all of us know the kind of money we make. We kind of have a guess, right? Except, of course, if you're in professional services, it can go, up and down based on the season. But more or less, everybody has an idea of the kind of money you make. So what I do with my finances is at the beginning of the month, I know what kind of money is going to come in, and I also know what kind of expenses have to happen. For example, the internet bill, the phone bill, the maid's bill, the society payment, everything. So there is an expense list, so we put that down against each other, and then I know what's the buffer, and a portion of that that's going into the saving goes into the saving account, and then the remaining is what I know I can spend on myself, or I can freely spend. So that kind of giving a structure to your finances as well and getting those organized will also relieve you of all the stress. So typically, getting organized really helps because it increases your focus, your ability to focus on things, it reduces your stress, helps you manage your time well, gets you more productive. So all of these things add to, creating and reaching your dreams, your goals in a super fast way. That's what I follow. If you like any of these tips, do comment and let me know which one's your favorite or which one you think you're going to adopt ASAP. And go with it. And if you have any questions regarding organizing, how to organize or how to get organized, I'll be happy to answer those right now. and we'll give it 10-15 seconds. If anybody has anything to say, we'll look at it right now. If not, then we connect next Tuesday at 5 p.m. same time, talking about another wonderful topic which can help you improve your life just a little bit better. So I'm pretty much done here, unless somebody has a question to ask. I'm sort of done. But again, as I said, that if you want any of the resources that I mentioned, go back and listen to the video, and you could download stuff from my website as well, and you could get your free Wonder Time planner. You could get my book from amazon.in, and you would get a lot of wonderful tips in that as well on how to organize your time, how to organize your life, what kind of principles, success principles you could use. You could hear from stories of lovely people, and you could learn from them as well. These are masters who've done exceptionally well for themselves in their life. Thank you, Jyoti. That's really sweet. And yes, of course, it's less decision making. So if you, especially being a woman, I'm sure you would agree that, clothes is a big decision. And I think that's the reason we have uniforms for children in school, because, you don't want to burden a child with what they're going to wear in the morning. So we give them a uniform because, that keeps them structured. So that's one less decision to make in a day, and therefore they can focus more on their life. And likewise for women, if you have a calendar for what's going to be for breakfast, lunch and dinner for the whole week, you're not wasting your time every day thinking ki ab kya pakaun, so you know exactly what's going to be cooked, and the whole family is aware what's going to be cooked, so there is no dispute, no quarrel about ye kya bana diya. So all of those things can be taken care of just by being a little structured, and when you do that, you have so much free time in your hand. You can go after your dreams, you can pursue hobbies, you can spend time for reading, writing, dancing, exercising, whatever it is that gives you joy, and you can spend your time more fruitfully achieving things in life that matter to you. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you so much, each one of you, for being here today. I really enjoy interacting with you guys every Tuesday evening, 5 p.m. and I look forward to seeing you next week as well. Love you guys. Bye-bye.